Hi, welcome back to Making Music with Jonathan Foster. Uh, Today I'm going to be looking at this DIY project I started a while back, and it's uh, one I started just a few months ago, and I've been working on it, getting the parts a little bit at a time, and uh, taking my time and trying to get it put together right. Still got a couple minor pieces left to go, but I have a functional guitar that sounds good and plays pretty good. I still have to do a little bit of tweaking here and there also, but I'm going to wait till I get some of the other parts in before I go through those details. But I just can show you. Actually, this is the one I had a while back, and this is the body that came from guitarfetish.com, and this is the XGP body. They have a limited run on these every so often, and I put my name in on the waiting list. When it came in, I was able to get that. And the neck also I liked and wanted. I got from Guitar Fetish also, and I also got the pickups from them. I got one set of pickups as well as the wiring harness for these, for the switch and the volume and tone, as well as the input jack. So I got the wiring harness, and it was a quick plug wiring harness. I got one set of humbuckers that there were like the zebra humbuckers that were supposed to be compatible, but it turned out they weren't. But I sent them back and got these gold ones, brass-looking gold pickups instead, and I decided to go all with all brass hardware, and so as well as the tuning pegs, which I also got from Guitar Fetish. These are the locking tuners, which were nice. They make tuning stability a lot better, as well as changing strings are a breeze. Just run them through, tighten them up, and you can clip the string. After that, no more winding and getting the perfect wind on the strings, and the tuning stability is great too. I got this bridge here. It's a tremolo from with the large block from Guitar Fetish also. The rings around the pickups to make for the floating pickups, I had to get from another company. I think I can't remember the name of them right now, but that was a quick find. I also got the knobs from I got them from Guitar Fetish also. And the neck, the back neck bolts, I also had to go to a third party to get that. Sometimes Guitar Fetish doesn't have all the things that you need, but I'll give you an idea of how this will sound, and just do a little strumming around. So I'm waiting to set the intonation after I get the string tree on. As you can see, there's quite a bit of the strings are pretty high here on the neck, at least behind the nut. They're actually a pretty good distance on the fretboard. I've had to do a little bit of adjusting on the string height on the first two strings here, but I'm going to adjust the intonation after I get the string tree put on for the top four strings. Give them a little bit more tension behind the nut, and pull them down a little bit. I hope it doesn't affect the tuning stability, but it shouldn't. But the only reason I'm worried about at least the bottom two strings is they're so high that, I mean, it's almost straight across. There's hardly any bend, at least right here along the nut. So I'm worried that the string will pop off the nut there occasionally. So maybe not. So it sounds pretty good. I'm using the bias effects, and someone had uploaded a bias effects build for, they called it Comfortably Numb. So as you can hear, it does sound somewhat like the Pink Floyd song Comfortably Numb. One thing I noticed about this neck is it is a 21 fret neck, so it's a little bit short scale, but it does leave the tension on the strings is very smooth, so that's a plus. But if you want to hit the really high notes, like on a 24 scale or even a 22, that's not going to happen. So but I'd say I have about $420 in the guitar after the build, with including all the parts and things like that. The only things that I have left to do, as I said, is the string tree for the headstock, and on the back here, I haven't been able to find a cover to fit this exactly, but I have a coworker with a 3D printer, and we've been prototyping different covers for this, and I think he's about ready to have one that I can put in there and that will be flush. But I wish I could have got this one flush, but they just didn't have any, and I think I'd rather have it like it is now. So but I got a couple more screws to go in that. That said, it's pretty much complete. I may get me a tremolo arm for this, but I'm planning to use it as pretty much a fixed bridge. The tremolo used as that I got from Guitar Fetish it's pretty high quality tremolo. It's got 4 springs and a big heavy tremolo block on it, and a fairly heavy insert that you bolt into the body that you tie the or hook the springs onto. So it's very solid, and I just tied the ground into from the wiring panel into the bolt-on or the screw-in block that screws into the body for a ground, and it seems to be working just fine. So let me try a different setting here. scale back on some of the effects on this one, and just take off the phaser. This is the bridge pickup. And then the using both pickups. And the bridge by itself. New strings, they'll go out of tune pretty regularly. So let's look at here's a basic clean with a chorus sound. Turn that tremolo off. Let's go with the neck here. So that gives you an idea of the different sounds that you can come up with on this particular guitar. And yeah, if you're wanting to go through the process of putting together your own guitar, or using, you could have gone any way. I could have gone any way with this. I could have went with black knobs, chrome knobs, black, or different color, different types of pickups, different, a fixed bridge versus a a tremolo bridge. You could put uh, a Floyd Rose setup on it. You could have went with a rosewood neck instead of a maple style. But as you can see, most of the guitars I have around me, all of them in fact, have the rosewood style necks. So I thought I'll make the one I build for myself. It will be a maple neck, and I really like how it looks. The neck came from Guitar Fetish. Really, uh, the frets are sanded well. They don't have any that I can tell sharp edges on them. And they're beveled well. The neck was really straight. I haven't had to worry about adjusting the truss rod, and I thought it might be too thick because it sets out over the body a little bit. But once I got the bridge on and it got it set okay, it was the perfect height. So I just had to do a little adjusting on the first two strings. There was a slight buzz, so I just took a couple turns on these set screws, and no more buzz. So I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out, and so I'll keep you updated when I get the string tree on and the back plate, and do a little more tweaking with the intonation, which is, as you can tell, it's not very far off, but it's a little bit sharp. So there's some adjusting to do. So I'll do that. And so thank you for keeping up with this build process. Join me later. I'll create a song with this to give you an idea of what it sounds like in a full mix with drums and bass and keyboards and all the other production elements. And so I'm very pleased with the look and feel of this guitar. And I'll say even more so after I get through tweaking it a little bit here and there. So thank you for joining me on Making Music, and I've got another tool for making music now. So keep coming back, like and subscribe, and if you want to recommend me to some of your musician friends or people who like just guitar music, I've got another song coming soon with some of my vocal work, such as it is. And I'm looking forward to getting it out. So join me back next time. Bye-bye.